Won the war already. It's already over.
President Trump's approval numbers are in the basement. They're the lowest that they have been. The entire coalition that put him over the top is falling apart. Joe Rogan's come out against the war. Dave Smith is hardcore against Trump right now, a comic who's brilliant. Theo Vaughn came out against it. He lost comedian Andrew Schultz, on whose podcast he made a lot of friends a while ago. Sean Ryan has same against it now very strongly. This is a coalition that the young men of America very much listen to. And young people are completely against this war. And it's only older Republicans who support the war. Only.
Yeah, she's not lying. I've talked to a lot of young white Christian conservatives, and they are 100% against Donald Trump. They're not going to vote for any candidate that supports him or this war. And it's not looking good for the future of the Republican Party. I mean, there's going to be hell to pay in the next few years when all of this is said and done. And I can't wait for it. I mean, I hope that I'm around and that I haven't been taken out, but I hope that I'm here to report for you that Donald Trump is getting tried and found guilty of treason against the United States and fraud and embezzlement and all kinds of everything. Stephen Miller, all these guys. I want to see treason charges against every single one of them. And you know what comes with treason. You know what the penalty for that is. So let the heads roll where they may, as it said. Yeah, because they've lost. They have completely lost the agenda here. And I could have told you that. As a matter of fact, I did tell you that. But, unfortunately, I wasn't able to convince 87 million people to not vote for that dude. And, they did. Kamala Harris was definitely not an ideal candidate. And to be honest, I was really mad that they didn't have an open primary and have somebody who was not an open Zionist be the hand-picked Democratic nominee. She was a terrible nominee. She had no chance of winning. And it is all the Democratic establishment fault for the reason why we have Donald Trump, because they refuse to have a primary and have somebody that actually would have represented the people.
Iran just bombed 6 American warships. All of them are sinking, and this could be the biggest ever embarrassment to the...
Now, this young guy, his name is Alex Barincoat. Very good content creator here on Instagram. And he'd be putting out some hard-hitting news too. I love his stuff. What he's talking about here is the landing crafts that the Marines are going to use to try and take Karg Island. Well, Iran knew exactly what what those boats are for. So instead of waiting for the Marines to land on Karg Island, well, they just took out their Uber driver.
To the US Navy. Iran said, quote, "Our naval forces carried out an attack targeting US and Israeli linked positions in both Kuwait and the UAE." But it gets worse. Also in their statement, Iran announced that they had targeted 6 American LCU warships in the port that they targeted in Kuwait. In fact, these attacks were so big that Iran says 3 of the warships are already sinking and another 3 are burning and on fire and completely out of commission. Something you need to know, though, is that these American warships that have been hit and sunk are actually American LCU warships. That stands for Landing Craft Utility. And
now take a look at that. So you see there, it's got tanks on it. It's got armored vehicles on it, armored Humvees on it. These are the exact ships that would be used on any beach landing, whether it's Karg Island or the mainland of Iran. And Iran just took 6 of them out of commission. We also got news today that the USS Gerald R. Ford aircraft carrier is so badly damaged by the kitchen fire that it could be out of service for the next 1 to 2 years. This is a multi-billion-dollar floating city that took years to make, and it goes to its first real battle, and it's already out of commission for the next 12 to 24 months. Taxpayer money not well spent.
Build a great Palestinian police force, and so we have to work it through. And I think that we appointed a new government in Gaza, which also was a.
Wait a minute. What? When did this happen? When did Jared Kushner appoint a new government in Gaza? Like, this is news to me. I've checked everywhere. There is no other recognized government in Gaza other than the H group. That's it. And here this dude is literally sitting here letting this come out of his mouth that he has appointed a new government in Gaza. I bet the people in Gaza are just cheering for this new mystery government that they've never heard of. A bunch of businessmen, by the way.
It's a very interesting experience. All, again, businessmen who are risking their lives.
Businessmen who are risking their lives to be the new government in Gaza. Oh, I bet they're risking their lives from their New York corner offices, from their Tel Aviv offices. They're really going to risk their lives. This dude is such a big joke. If it wasn't for the fact that this dude has so much pull with the president of the United States, and I believe was key and instrumental because he is an Israeli plant, that he got us into a devastating war. I would laugh at how big a joke this dude is if it wasn't for the fact that there are so many dire consequences of him even just breathing the same air as Donald Trump. It's absolutely insane. And to be honest, guys, I don't know if America is going to survive Donald Trump. I really don't. But if you guys want to stay informed with what's going on, hit that subscribe button. Doesn't cost you anything. Share this with everybody who needs to see it and comment down below. We sure love reading your comments. We read as many as we can and respond to as many as we can. And until next time, stay safe, stay free.